This week, the project welcomed two brand new female participants. Daria Izmailova was striving to win over the affections of Alexei Bezos, but a recent misstep by the young lady completely turned Leisha away from her.
Oh, she said she was sleepwalking at night.
I didn't see who I was lying down with, no sitting.
I just can't accept such a fact of sleepwalking.
Victoria Alieva started a romantic relationship with Alexei Goryachi, but the young man left her for the former participant Katya Skalon. Elina Rakimova's father arrived at the site to assist his daughter in sorting out her relationship issues. Thanks to his intervention, Elina reconciled with Maxim once again, and tomorrow Riff is supposed to return home. Many participants suspect that Alexei Bezos is secretly in love with Ekaterina Kvashnikova, so he deliberately causes scandals and attempts to separate her from Igor Grigoriev. Katya, on the other hand, plans to kick Lesha out of the project because she condemns his lifestyle in the group.
We have an unclear standoff on the site. Lesha teases Kvashnikova. Kvashnikova seems to want to kick Lesha out. Unclear. There are also rumors here that Lesha seems to like Katya. Nothing is clear. Let's figure it out with Neleshka Ermolayeva.
Well, I think Igor deliberately went to Novosibirsk to distance himself from these serious adult confrontations. Katya, are all your complaints against Lesha?
He started to irritate me from the day we had a party. And after that, I fell asleep in Lesha's bed. I know for sure that nothing happened there, I repeat. But when Lesha was asked questions, for example, Elina, who asked him if there was anything between us, he just smiled. Overall, he began to answer questions ambiguously. Thus, he kind of created a story. Viewers began to think that I had something with him. And it tarnished my honor, I believe.
Yes. Are you suffering from sleepwalking or what?
No, I wasn't suffering from sleepwalking. In general, and further, I believe that Lesha, if I, for example, have a conflict with someone, or now being in a relationship with Igor, he is very harshly teasing, mocking me. Artificial intelligence, not artificial intelligence. Well, this whole story, it bothers me. Tired of it. Please tell me.
Do you think he's saving Igor from you? Or does he have plans for you?
Well, I can't honestly say. Well, how do you feel? I don't think Lesha, I don't know, is so fiercely friends with Igor. And it turns out after all, well, and regarding sympathy too, probably, I deny it. I think he just has nothing to do. And it's time.
To retire.
Already.
Got it.
Got it.
Lesha, you're still older than Katya. And you can afford honestly say without any accusations?
Indeed, there was sympathy before, but that's in the past. And on the same night when everyone was partying, just when Igor turned left, we woke up with Katya in the same bed. Yes, it was such a decisive night and it put everything in its place, but...
Decisive night after all?
Well, of course, I realized a lot for myself that we are not on the same path further. With my broad soul, I laid Ekaterina in my bed. I calmed her when she had nightmares. When she turned hugging me, I put her back so that nothing like that would happen. And instead of saying thank you, she tries to accuse me of trying to somehow defile her. I was so magnanimous and so kind to you, Ekaterina, that after that your words sound very harsh and hurtful to me.
Put your kindness in that spot. That's the first thing. Second, when you're asked direct questions and you answer them, well, kind of strangely, this kind of story doesn't
Nothing
suit me. Nothing happened. And you can
Should
answer
I
like
have
that.
left
Clear?
you sleeping on the floor in the bathroom? What do you think?
You could have taken me to the women's room.
Yes, of course. Here it's some kind of walking express carrying everyone around. Therefore, I realized that there is no value in actions, and I realized that Ekaterina has a very
Or what?
cold heart.
That night was fatal, but why after that night did it escalate to today?
For her, I am the embodiment of all those bad men she met in life. She perceives things in this particular manner. I am the representation of all the negative men who have been part of her life. That's my perspective. So she vents all her negativity on me.
Interesting version, but it's not true. Simply put, what I am discussing, what I find displeasing, and what I choose to put an end to, because you cannot treat me this way if I lack any form of support, if no one is there to defend me. Honestly, why did Igor step back today? No, truly, I'm speaking openly here that in the past I genuinely lacked support, and at times it seemed to me that, well, I observed on the broadcasts, Lesha mocks me, and Igor doesn't utter a word to him. Perhaps he might even be joking along with Lesha. But yesterday, for the first time, I felt support from Igor. I am grateful to him for that. How did he support you? Well, he supported me overall. Lesha started involving him in our conversation where I simply told Lesha, only today you were with the tubes.
Why are you next to the corpse today? Well, there in another context.
It happened.
Today you just mentioned that it's time for the retiree to go home. Yes, I think...
Say.
Tell me, is this agitation or just...
Is this your solitary voice? I believe it's indeed time for him to go home, but he will decide for himself.
He just needs to leave.
Let me just explain. I have a kind heart. I am absolutely certain that Alexei has nothing more to accomplish here. He's just wasting time here. But he remains here because he has certain obligations outside the perimeter. And it's convenient for him at the moment.
If I have nothing to do, although I think my life inside here is quite bright and on the project, what are you doing? Is your life really better and more interesting?
Relationships,
what?
building
Trust
relationships,
me, you should.
making mistakes.
You don't want a wedding, you want
In
relationships, you
comparison,
don't
I
want
perceive
relationship development?
A significant difference.
What? Are you just going to get a breast job?
Building relationships. Project slogan, build your love. So I'm building my love.
You're not building them.
Making mistakes somewhere. Trying to fix
You're not
my
building
mistakes. And what are you engaged
No, I
in?
disagree. You're not
You're
building them. Look,
producing, unfairly leaking.
you're not
It's
building them,
apparent.
right?
I think you shouldn't speak in unison with me.
No,
I'll
you
ask,
should,
and then you
because it's
answer
all
me.
deception. You conducted
Do
past
you know why I
relationships outside
answer
the
like
perimeter.
this? Because it bothers
No.
you, really?
I'm giving arguments.
Yes.
You're not building relationships because you don't draw any conclusions. Everything Igor asked, you don't do. You conducted your relationships on the project outside the perimeter, didn't even go there. That's why you stay in one place. The only thing coming up in the near future is just a breast surgery. But that's not about relationships.
And that too. Lucky me, right? I'll be walking around with new boobs.
Well, I don't know,
And who
you
will
see.
you have? That's it. I don't want to talk to you
You'll have a
anymore.
new one. I have new breasts. Dash, you're sitting next to Lesha. I know you broke up, but how do you look at this situation?
I fully support Lesha in the sense that I also think Katya is just offended by Lesha. And what I don't like the most is watching the conflict between a man and a woman, because it looks extremely unattractive from the outside. And as a close person to Lesha, I want to suggest to Katya that she direct her inquiries or questions to me. Because I see how much Lesha really cares about his friendship with Igor and how important this whole topic is
Why
to
are
him.
you even here if you're not together? Have you become his assistant now or what? I don't understand. Lawyer.
No, Lesha, even though we're not together, he still remains a very important and close person to me. And I'm ready to support him in everything, just as he supports me in everything.
It's no wonder they say like attracts like. Such an interesting girl came to the project for Alexei Bezos. You genuinely and truly complement each other exceptionally well.
Thank you, Katya, thank you. However, you and Igor are not a good match. This is because Igor devotes time to caring for you, dedicates time to love, and desires to build a future, whereas you are not interested in building anything. You just want to party, watch your followers, increase your follower count, make money, and that's all.
You know, in such circumstances, it's not about feeling sorry, but rather wishing that those people wouldn't suffer like that. They have a mediator, and right now they are arguing with Igor being their go-between, Katya's boyfriend and friend, Lyoka. And in this situation, Igor suffers. He wants to understand both sides of the story.
It doesn't work that way, you know. Why are you sitting on that chair
Today,
next to
during
him?
my conversation with Igor, I mentioned, do you notice Lyoka offending or trolling your girlfriend very seriously and strongly? He says, well, Tigran, I control everything I see. And he doesn't insult her or do anything else inappropriate. Therefore, I allow him. Well, not that I allow, he says, that's just how Lyoka is. We all know, yes, he likes to joke around. He says, if there was something, I would have already approached and said, and when I was leaving, he said, she's alone here. Please don't press her hard or anything. She's like a live wire right now.
So it turns out Lyoka broke his promise.
Therefore, yes, but today I heard that Katya wanted to vote against Lyoka. And of course I called Igor. Igor was also furious. And he says, what's going on? I just left. My girl is already starting to mess around without me and all that. Well, honestly, as much as I've observed their conflict or some squabbles, yes, Lyoka in his manner tries to ask something, find out, but he never insults. Katya can't respond to him. And of course, she starts to get nervous. And
Do you think Katya is just provoking herself?
Say, I believe that Katya, well, doesn't always want to answer some questions. And she can't always get out of some situation, and she starts to get heated, and that's it. She can send someone away or do something else.
He doesn't insult me, but he overdoes
What,
it
can
every
you?
time. That's a fact.
Katya, Lyoka, his kitty. How wonderful. Well, let's see. What statements? What are you? I'm just sad. And why are you crying? Because Dad is leaving. Let's leave Dad. Yes, I'm building a relationship with Maxim, and I will continue to build. You can
I'll laugh.
get scared,
continue.
and she came to him in the morning, lay down in bed completely naked. Dasha claims she's a sleepwalker, but Kirill isn't a sleepwalker.
Hannah herself showed some initiative towards me. I could very well take advantage of it.
Ready to spit on everyone now? Pack my things and rush into the network.
If you look at Katya with Lyosha Bezos now, there's a much livelier girl here. She can respond, say what she wants, and she's comfortable with it. When with Igor, Katya can't behave like that at all.
So she opens up.
She opens up with Bezos, and it suits her. And yesterday, when Ekaterina said, why can Lyosha behave like that, but I can't, then automatically somewhere his behavior really attracts her. And that means it's not far to a relationship when she breaks up with Igor. And Lyosha, I don't see him being irritated with Katya at all. When she just started talking and looked at Lyosha's reaction, he's sitting, smiling. He really enjoys everything Katya says. Even tries to tease him somewhere, he enjoys it. So the guys are going in the right...
I understand. Thank you very much. But actually, if you analyze the whole picture, Katya's reaction to Bezos is very strange, as he doesn't say anything really super critical. Bezos has always been like this, is and will be. But you know, there's a saying, from love to hate is one step. So it seems to me, with Igor and Katya, it's from love to hate. And with Lyosha and Katya, from hate to love. And overall, it could really turn out to be a cool couple.
Okay, Lyosha, one last question for you. Katya says you're retired, it's time for you to go home. Is it all right if I proceed? Today she will indeed receive support on this matter. Tell me, would you prefer if Katya decided to leave the project today?
Oh, Nelly, when I observed Katya making adorable videos with my little cat, saying how incredibly cute she is, I felt a certain warmth and my heart just couldn't turn away. I still don't understand why she recorded it. I can't seem to turn around, you know, to do it like this, of course.
Katya, Lyosha, and his kitty. How wonderful it is. Well, let's see what this trio will lead to and what the outcome will be. Let's continue. Today is the final day. Rif, Elina's father, is on the project. I would like to address you. Rif, are you leaving the project with a heavy heart, or do you feel that you've accomplished your mission for your daughter's peace?
I have contributed something, which is already a positive thing, I see. A small understanding is emerging among them. I did express some shortcomings to both sides. I believe they are listening, and I hope perhaps that their relationship will improve in the future.
Today you mentioned that you are giving your blessing to your daughter for conception.
No, well, it wasn't exactly expressed like that. I said that ideally it's time for her, yes, especially since she already desires it herself.
So you're not blessing a marriage, but for Elina to have a child. Elina immediately asked, "Dad, from whom?" And that implies there are some other options.
No, I didn't hear that as far as I know.
Elina, could you perhaps decode for us what this means? Your message as a whole?
Direction. No, the question was from Max or someone else, just asked when Dad said if things don't work out with Max.
And if Dad
It's
said
just
have a
unclear
child with
for
someone
now.
else, would he say that? Dad wouldn't say that, of course, wouldn't disobey.
Didn't disobey, didn't listen, right? Didn't listen.
Honestly, how amusing, indeed. So would you listen or not? I'm in a relationship with Maxim.
We all know that. And truly, if everything goes well, I want to move forward. It's not always good, of course, but I would like to have a normal relationship. And stop
Perhaps
doing things
then
that...
you might make some kind of statement. Look, Dad says, I bless the marriage. I'm flying.
It would be wonderful now if I came out and already had a test, you know. 2 lines, but for now...
I think Max is ready. Right now, ready.
Well, in general terms, yes. I really want kids. You?
It's clear what she wants.
What does she want? Well, every night. Seriously?
Will you tell me? Or should we ask her?
Say, Elinichka.
For instance, I can say right now, damn, Max, I want kids from you, but I'm afraid I'll break up with the person later. And it's like I need to go through so much with him to understand that I won't break up and the child will grow up in a complete family. Honestly, I'll tell you, I have such concerns in life.
Today we have an expert on the podium. About children, a girl always doubts a little at times when she doesn't feel 100% safe. That is, when she is 100% sure that her basic needs will be met, and they are met now. And here, the work with the partner is already on 2 fronts, primarily on building some kind of foundation within your relationship. And then this 100% desire, such conviction appears more.
Promise Dad something and say, Dad, it will be like this. Don't worry. Fly away with a calm heart. Or he will fly away and that's it. And the house of cards will just collapse. What statements? Crying? I'm just sad.
And why?
Why are you crying? Because Dad is leaving? Let's leave Dad.
With great pleasure.
I really...
Get used to parents if I start living with them?
Cry. Elina, can you say something to Dad then? Give some certainty? He will come to Mom. Mom will ask, well, tell me what happened. And Riff will say, you know, Elina told me this and that, and so it will be. Yes, I'm building a relationship with
Maxim, and I will continue to build. I will argue and continue to construct things. However, if something displeases me, I will still react accordingly. Bear with it. But I do not wish to part ways.
I want to achieve something. Well, all right, that's the situation. And in conclusion, there is an individual who has crossed paths with 2 men simultaneously. Who would have imagined? But it's Kirill, recently. Lyosha Goryachi almost left the project. He was crying, and he was expressing that Kirill is a betrayer. He said that Kirill would not be taking care of Katya from the columns. However, he showed some signs of affection. That same night, Kirill also crossed paths with Lyosha Bezus, because his girlfriend Dasha came to him in the morning, lay in bed completely naked. Dasha claims she's a sleepwalker, and this happens to her frequently. But Kirill is certainly not a sleepwalker. Kirill, I want to know, are you a playboy? Are you a victim? Who are you really?
What do I have to do with it? I mean, I didn't force her to lie next to me.
Yes, all right, let it be.
Wait, so any woman can come to you and get into bed?
Well, I didn't cross paths with Alexei. We're on excellent terms. Dasha's actions are her own issues.
A girl comes, gets into bed, you open your eyes, look and think, well, okay, that's fortunate.
I mean, I said, like, what are you doing here? And hinted, let's say, yes, that you need to leave. She left. So what questions can there be for me?
And about Katya from the columns and Goryachi?
Katya herself showed some kind of initiative towards me. I could have taken advantage of it, but I chose not to. I don't see what I did.
Kirill, it frightens me that everyone uses you, everyone shows initiative, and it's like you're not even there.
For me, any kind of, in principle, sympathy from Katya Skalon was quite peculiar, because I saw her for the first time. We didn't communicate. We didn't have any, in principle, history of getting to know each other, so to speak. And this very assertive flirting was, to put it mildly, unusual. This situation in general, I think, shouldn't exist in terms of women.
It's generally intriguing. Just light us up, get us interested in you. I really want to understand who Kirill is. Just how long you've been on the project. Nothing happens with you at all.
I had communication with Elina, communication with Garina. Something is always happening. I'm trying to find my person. Sadly, it hasn't been successful yet, but I'm working towards it.
I want to listen to Katya Gorina now. Are you ready to spit on everyone? Pack your things and rush into the network? Quiet.
Well, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, but I'm really not ready. Kirill and I talked, and I think we understood that.
He's not your man? Well, no.
I don't have feelings. I don't awaken feelings. And really, we got close on a human-friendly level very well. I really have warm feelings towards him, I'm honestly saying. He just doesn't evoke any chemistry, feelings in me. I'm just being honest.
So, briefly, Dasha and Vaika, 2 new girls who came this week. Any statement from one or the other? Dasha, let's start with you. You came to Bezos. He turned you down. What's next? Is there any man here that you like? With Alexei Goryachi, I would like to.
Gladly communicate. I won't take, but I'll show my warmth, tenderness, and caring attitude. And tomorrow, I think we could go on some friendly date that I will organize myself just to communicate, get to know each other, and understand. Because I didn't really communicate with Lesha online, but I saw that he's really a simple, good guy. And I listened to advice from Lesha Bezusa. He says you need to pay attention because the guy is really good.
Sure.
An interesting path from Lesha Bezusa to Goryachi. Lesha Goryachi, are you ready to pay attention to Dasha? Communicate.
Just yes.
No, not just communicate.
I can't just
But does she attract you as a woman?
answer. At the moment, no. In general, yes, there was something. Like she was Grigorieva, in general.
Wait, Dasha, now the situation arises that it turns out you like Grigoriev. Why not say it honestly?
About Grigoyev, I said a little
Nothing
not in
bad
that
for the project.
formulation. No, about Grigoyev, I didn't phrase it as wanting kids specifically from him. I mentioned that I had been observing the project for an extended period, and as a man, his perspective on life would align with mine. And I realized that I genuinely desire a family, and with him, it could be established.
Vikul, what are your thoughts? That people like Dasha don't belong here because she's not genuine. She should go home and address her sleepwalking. I can assert that I possess all the necessary elements to establish a truly serious relationship here. Well, let's go.
At
One
least
in
a
the
trump
basement.
card found.
I'm vibrant, intriguing, and sincere. Regarding love, I'm a very loyal individual. That is, if I chose one person, I will go through life with them. Well, accordingly, it should be...
Is everything all right? Got far?
No, look, we conversed. And if you had initially told me about Scalon instead of deceiving me with Scalon...
We would have communicated normally, but you put up all sorts of barriers
well
like
with
you
you.
can't do this here. That's not communication.
Lesh, what issues could there be? She waited for you here and you dashed away from her from the columns. What claims
We
can...
had, yes, that communication
What was it?
before this.
You would have said you wouldn't go.
Yes, it's not indifferent anymore.
I want to meet a real man on the project. Is there no such person
yet here.
here yet? Well, not yet. I was advised to consider Kirill, but...
It didn't spark. Well, now I ask to distribute the ballots and make our choice. So you've made your choice, and starting with city, we announce our decision.
Victoria Alieva. Vika Salibekova.
Dash.
Vika Salibekova.
Slebekova Vika.
Vika Alieva. Dash.
Kirill, Victoria Alieva.
Dash. Dasha.
Victoria Alieva.
Dash. So, 3 votes against Vika Solebekova, 1 against Kirill, 5 against Vika Alieva, and 5 against Dasha. And this means we will have a second round and vote either against Vika Alieva or against Dasha. Let's begin.
Vika Alieva.
Vika Alieva.
Vika Alieva.
Dasha.
Vika!
Vika.
Vic.
Vika. Dasha.
Victoria Alieva.
Dash. Dash.
Victoria.
Dash. So, 5 votes against Daria and 9 against Vika. Vic, unfortunately, the guys voted against you in the majority. I don't have immunity for you. Maybe Tigran does, because this week he provides immunity from participation.
Yes. Sadly, no immunity for Vika.
And for whom do you have immunity?
I decided not to give the newcomer immunity. Just in case, I played it safe. Igor? Igor, yes. Well, the guy left. Who knows? Anything can happen.
It's somehow strange against Igor. I think we should have supported the wife more. Sid. Victoria. Unfortunately, that's how the guys distributed their votes. It seems you're not to blame. But you see, that's how the guys decided.
Thank you very much. It was very nice to communicate with everyone, almost. Let's move on.
Well, in that case, we are going to see Victoria off in the night broadcast. That's where all the most interesting things are.
Katya on the right path to ensure Igor left her.
Did I say I need pity, or am I feeling bad?
If your aunt were sitting here now, I probably wouldn't turn everything into negativity, but would sit in a joke.
I love
probably,
myself very much.
indeed.
Is it without you? I very much...
I simply suggest we part ways maturely, like adults. Separate.
Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out.
Against you, you said. Good day. Since it's just the two of you.
Обиженки.
Да, конечно. Что обиделись на проститутку, что ли? Ну, что поделаешь? А что там болтиками закручивать? А вот это она снимается полностью или как?
Wow.
Congratulations.
Ashka.
Hi.
How you got us. We congratulate you. Become. Did you agree with Terioka? Yes. Yes, I would love very much, very. But you understand that everything was very shaky. Very. If it were the first round, 1 vote here and there.
I sat with a sinking heart, wondering if the hosts would have immunity for Vika.
What do the viewers and all the participants of Dom 2 want? To see a story truly about relationships, about some kind of attraction. Have you decided for yourself children with Grigoriev or date with Alexei Goryachi?
There will be a date with Alexei Grigoyev.
Won't you touch Katya Kulashnikova?
With Grigoyev, I have a feeling it will be a complete disaster, mainly because he is deeply infatuated.
You are aware, once upon a time, Igor Grigoriev was with Klava, and by chance his hand brushed against another woman.
Somehow men fall in love.
At night. And somehow, yes, they fall out
Men
of
in
love.
relationships primarily observe and watch.
Is that so? Well, just take a mental note of it then. Yes, just remember it.
I want to express that I am not fond of this entire narrative where I am associated with Bezos. It's not that we have a disagreement. We do have a disagreement, but in the context that there is supposedly some kind of affection. I really don't like this at all. Therefore, most importantly, I don't want a conflict between Igor and Bezos. I don't want it to be like that. And I sincerely wish for this situation to come to an end and cease completely. I want to address the participants and tell them, please, let's not discuss me and Bezos in the context of some mutual sympathy. This might be from his side, but definitely not from mine. I just understand how Igor will react to this. He definitely won't like it, and overall, I dislike hearing it. I have my own relationships, I have my own man. Please don't involve any, I don't know, Bezoses or kittens or puppies and so on. Don't do this. No, you need to. If I liked Bezos, I would have shown it a long time ago, but I really don't like him at all. Absolutely don't like him. And I don't want these conversations anymore and such topics. Then don't give a reaction.
Understood. How not? No, I should indeed. Katya, you have a man, approached him and said, you annoyed me, talk to...
I'm sure that you, to some extent, are liked, just as a man. But perhaps not entirely with a romantic undertone, because more, I think, some resentment prevails. And personally, it seems to me that she highlights you directly. Everyone can tease her a little. Plus, you do it, well, not with malicious intent. You always approach with a smile, and it's always visible on your face, in your tone, that you're you can sort of tease, well, kindly.
Absolutely certain, Igor, when he returns, he will commence cleaning his room. Most likely with a hockey stick or a golf club. He will be dusting and at the same time shouting obscenities loudly, because he won't like Katya Kulashnikov's behavior, his partner, very much, especially when he sees all these broadcasts, what discussions. Of course, these discussions have the undertone of some relationships and sympathies, which will completely infuriate him. Any joke, any tease will throw him off balance. Therefore, I think Katya is on the right path to make everything so that Igor leaves her.
Very cool. What we started with, we end with. Two men differently.
Can we do without comments, Sofia?
Very funny.
Understood. Can you not make such comments in front of me?
What did you say there? Like it's
Well, then
funny.
what? Of course, we are here. Here.
When Dad arrived, we sat in this gazebo just like that.
Can we do without comments, Elina? I'm asking you again. Can we do without comments further? How many times do I have to ask you? Can you listen to me at least once? No? What? Will you tune in? Yes, what's so special about it? I'm just telling you now that about this already. No one. No one remembers, and you keep remembering.
What did you say there?
There's nothing special about it.
Lesha was preparing. Lesha was thinking.
Speak for himself. They just talk.
Come on, I'm coming to you. Yes.
Lesha, did you cook it yourself? Well,
Confess.
conducted.
Bon appetit to everyone in general. Beautiful, very beautiful. I don't need it anymore. Thank you.
How deliciously cooked, really seriously in the fresh air. Is it
Let's
tasty?
be honest, he always cooked for you.
Yes, that's right. Well done. Don't you have a desire, Elinka, to teach a little bit, no?
Why should I cook when he cooks? I just don't understand anymore. If I didn't like it before, now I'm fine with everything. Make us breakfast in the morning, please. What we are on the plane.
That is fine.
Yes, flew well for the season.
Elin, I'll repeat it again. Don't get conceited, really. You'll ruin everything, really.
We've been here too
Ruined
long,
it
it's
all.
fine.
No need to be so
Horrible.
embarrassed now. I'll repeat.
Horrible.
Again, Max, what's up?
Dad, tell Dad.
Because of this, don't exploit it, Max. Indeed.
Are you afraid to appear somewhere as not quite right? A friend might think differently. Just take it
yes.
easy.
How do I understand appearing as not quite right? I don't. I'm telling you again,
Won't you listen
I
to
don't
me, Dad?
like hearing this.
Maybe you can tell him?
This happens all the time, you understand? And when it happens all the time, I don't like it. Can you ever hear me instead of insisting on your own?
Dad is sitting. Calm down.
I'm telling you in a calm manner. I'm telling you calmly.
Why are you saying this now? Just sit still
Do you
now.
hear me at all? I'm speaking calmly. What you dislike, I emphasize this, and I change, alter something. But you never listen to me, so at least listen
I
now.
seem scared again.
Why, poor unhappy, do you emphasize this? You said I need to feel sorry or I'm bad.
If your aunt were sitting here now, I probably wouldn't turn everything into negativity, but would sit in a joke probably, actually. And you need to sit. Now turn all this negativity.
I bring it into negativity. I just asked not to say it like that.
Why can't I start? Why can't I? Well, for almost no reason. Why are you all like that?
Did you get the joke?
I understood that there.
When a man should at least joke a little.
To joke.
Yes.
You can
at
make
least
me
accept
wildly.
my jokes.
Yes? Great. I can joke, but need to do it myself. And really, I don't like joking. When I ask you, can you do it? No? You can. Shame. Shame again. Shame. Well, stop it, Lynn. Will you keep gassing me over every little thing? Over every little thing? Why? Did I say something bad about you?
Save
I didn't
stop
say anything
pretending.
bad.
Be who you are, that's it.
Are you mocking me now sitting there? I asked you normally. I didn't insult you. I didn't humiliate you. Are
Can
you
we
going
continue
together?
now?
Dad. So why do you continue?
I'm actually laughing at Siva, to be honest. It's funny to me.
Oh, come on, finish it, really. What's the point? It's becoming uninteresting. I'm telling you seriously. Mary? Shame, go. That's it, Elin. You
Thank
calm
you.
down, too.
I'll
Agreed.
prepare breakfast tomorrow.
All right. You could have said it like that.
All right, let's go, Dad.
We're going now, yes. We'll finish eating. It's tasty, right, Elin? How can you not finish something tasty?
I just didn't want to offend anyone. Well, we joke like this all the time without cameras somewhere at night. We can lie down and joke like that. He takes it all normally, but for some reason in front of people, in front of Dad, he needs to show himself as a man. I'll put Elina in her place now. It won't work. I hate such things. Be who you are always. I loved you like that. Don't pretend to be someone you're not.
What are you saying? I can't understand. It just looks like that in this light. You also make breakfast in the morning. Well, damn, this is just not the first situation. I'm just asking, don't joke about it. Well, accept it differently. Don't joke like that. I can't accept it differently because I know the emphasis she puts on it, not just a joke.
You don't have to cook. Just why do you turn it into a joke? All right, fine. We'll decide tomorrow. There are no parameters at all.
You know, Maxim, I believe Lenina, she purely, not with her heart, but with her mind lays it out. What account? It's not that good. Maybe nothing already. I also somehow think so. That is, she is waiting for something else, more vivid. I also think so, Sofia. Exactly, men. Maxim is all good for the family. Well, at least as he shows himself what I observe. I agree with you. And she is waiting for something more vivid, like good, until she gets a kick and is put in her place. Or perhaps she requires it in this manner, even though at this stage in life, it's genuinely time to contemplate family and children. However, I believe she desires it. She truly desires it. Here. So she hasn't explicitly declared that she specifically wants to have a child with Maxim. She was gently led into this conversation. She hasn't specifically voiced it directly. When it's like this, it's unclear. There's a clear yes and no. And everything between yes and no is clearly no.
The main thing is how he develops, I was also informed.
What else do I need, I wonder?
Ilya, you don't need this now.
Maybe I need all this? It's not that people are in some sort of tension here. here, essentially, a person can generally behave in certain companies, how to converse without having control.
Look.
Lacking control and not understanding where and how to conduct oneself.
Look, I want to tell you as if you too.
Maybe say it
What are you
somewhere
like?
privately.
Because you make such mistakes, I must say. Well, here I am.
If I were
Here.
at my aunt's, I wouldn't behave like that, really.
But I'm just suggesting to you to do it normally, in a mature manner, to separate.
Part ways. What's the problem? Fine. That's it. I don't want to talk to
Run away. You can't resolve a single situation.
with you. Lojenka.
All right,
Guys,
then agree.
understood? Lojenka. Fine, I will. Which even a person doesn't appreciate. You just don't appreciate. You just know. You emphasize that I didn't react badly. I didn't turn it into a joke. Do you appreciate any other moments in me? Yes.
Yes.
I probably
Now
cooked
it's
very
very
badly
good.
for you now.
I'm cooking.
I probably
I'm
cooked very badly for you.
preparing the chef
And breakfast too.
toast, and then
This
there
is the
will be
situation.
breakfast.
You didn't express it that way. It would have appeared somewhat differently.
Teach yourself.
Slightly differently.
I love you.
In my understanding.
I love you very much.
I love you very much.
I love you very.
I love you very. Will you
to me?
listen to me? You insist
Listen,
on your
I-
own. You sit there with your issues. You'll whine, fool. Well, okay.
Maybe I'll whine. Who knows? Really, who knows?
They just don't grasp this in life. What? Just what are they striving for? What do you want? Just what do you women want?
I don't need your junk. Don't blow something else. I need a man who can solve the situation. That's what's most important. Yes, the situation. What's important to you? You perform female duties very well and magnificently.
You're yelling. Then don't yell. You
Female
and don't
duties are
yell.
performed well. You perform. You don't
Men perform, women
You
perform.
perform
These
for
are
the
men's
sun in a day.
performances. What
are
are
you?
you? Men perform, women don't perform. We switched roles, and unfortunately, that's the problem.
No. Breathe out, breathe out, breathe out.
If we possess this character and it's instilled that I can somewhere, some male qualities manifest in Maxim. I don't want to say female, well, some girlish. Well, as it is, fine. Therefore, let it remain. But then we must not forget that I'm still a girl, and you're a man. Add, correct, and emphasize more important things that are inherent to us. These are not female, but male for you.
I believe we all made a mistake by expelling Vika today. There. After all, the girl really wanted love and to build a relationship, right? And we leave a woman who climbed into bed with Kirill. Bezos drains her as if...
She wants it hot.
Hot. It's a completely murky story. Listen, let's just tell Bezusu to just go home. Seriously. That would be
Correct.
fair.
You don't want to say that.
He brought-
That's it. He'll leave. It would be nice and.
Silence. Silence. I'm calling on video. Bezusu wants to drain everything. Hey, look, now the whole team is sitting.
Yes. Hi, Leo. Hi.
Yes, today we kicked Vika out. I think we made a profound mistake because she ultimately desired to establish a meaningful relationship. I comprehend that you are not going to pursue a relationship with Dasha, correct? And she began to flit from one person to another, then to a third. We truly came to a conclusion with the team that we had made a significant error, and we believe that you are obligated, since you brought her, to assume the responsibility yourself and escort her from where you brought her, and by morning she shouldn't be in the city.
Yes, okay. And I've already made a decision. Daria, you need to leave the project today. The decision is extreme. They erred.
Ilya Vasilievich? Yes, Dasha. Dasha, look, a profound mistake happened. Everyone is just sitting here now, feeling a deep sense of guilt, realizing they truly expelled Vika and kept you. So Lesha Bezos was accountable for you indeed when he brought you here. Today, Lesha Bezos must bear the same level of responsibility for your presence on the television project Dom.
What am I doing wrong, and what is my responsibility?
2, please listen to me. Hello, Maxim. Alexei will convey everything to you.
I'm lousy.
You simply
I
need
do
to pack your
nothing.
belongings and go
Everything,
straight.
Everything I do. Everything is yours to me. Why are you trying to get everyone
And your
against
lack
me
of
like
honesty.
this? Honesty is the ultimate game. Honesty is so sincere and the only one. I swear in life that I have always behaved sincerely and honestly here all the time, not for a single second, not for a single moment did I show any falseness. I was always sincere. I hear tears daily, and he will confirm my words that I was genuinely sincere all the time, absolutely. I hear tears every day, and he will confirm
Hello, hi,
my words
decision,
that I was
hi.
truly sincere.
Lesha will tell you everything. Yes, yes, Ilya, do you hear?
Bezos finds you appealing. You flirt with Bezos, yes.
This stuffed in check shoes honestly doesn't attract me.
Bedush, don't come.
We don't
We are not
expect you here.
anticipating your
What are you
presence
saying,
here.
Clav? Don't open your mouth. I feel this smell. I just have a keen sense.
Well, if you like it, let's continue.
I'm going crazy, and yes, it's really so. Well, I really like it.
You bared your left shoulder. For whom? Yes, I mentioned earlier about my affection. I had a fondness for Katya. I gave her a date. And what did you have once with Bezos? There was a cheek kiss, and there wasn't a cheek kiss.
I was present there. You're walking like a scumbag,
Stop
honestly.
it. Just stop it.
Did the kiss come up? Did you know about it?
I'll come, but I'll speak differently.
She's in a relationship. Why are you starting such details? And what should I do? Yes, listen. Should I tell Katya? Should I keep quiet or what? Say it wasn't.
I love you. But honestly, I'm tired of figuring something out every day. I just don't want to talk anymore, honestly. His right life, I don't like it at all.
Irina mentioned that you are like a woman.
I won't do it. Who will do it for me? Only Rivza. Max is no longer needed. I'm telling you about our relationship. You to me, you belittle me. Shame, shame, shame.
I told him myself, we are completely different people. I don't need a hysterical man.
And again, the topic of everyday life will separate us.
You're cunning. Savvy? Or do you genuinely want to go through life with me?
Afraid to look into the future. Yeah, that's how it was with me. That's how she acted. Your phrases constantly offend me. Well, you don't like me anymore. That's it. You'll use me now. I can't even imagine my life, what I would do if you weren't there.
Don't you feel that Lena is convenient for you? Because she agrees.
Never will we pull out nose hairs. There's a ton of hair there.